Are you asking yourself, if we are in a bear market, how long might it last? How will I know when it ends? If you depend on the financial media, the Contrarian News Bubble Channel, CNBC, they will tell you you're in a bear market when the market is down 20%. What good is that, right? And then they will tell you, or they'll follow it up with their interview of a stock pimp. And he says, well, if you haven't sold now, it's too late. How will you know when it's over? Will the market be up 20%? And will you miss the whole move? Bear markets, on average, last 2.5 years. On average, throughout the history of the country. Bull markets usually last about 4.5 years, 5 years. This last bull market was 12 years. Maybe this bear is longer. From 1966 to 1982, the S&P 500 went absolutely nowhere. It was perfectly flat. The dot-com crash in 2000, the NASDAQ fell from 5,000 to 1,400, 90% in 9 months, and did not return to a high, its old high, for 10 years. Now, if you own the indices, maybe there's some comfort in that. But if you own the individual stocks, or you own individual stocks, realize that during a bear market, many of them will go out of business. So the folks who held America Online, Global Crossing, JDS Uniphase, and others during the dot-com crash, they did not get their money back when the NASDAQ went to 5,000. Those companies had gone bust. So if you own the indices, yes, you need to know when you're in a bear and when the bear is ending. But if you own individual stocks, you need to know what's happening with them individually as well. In Japan, their Nikkei, which is comparable to our S&P 500, it peaked at 30,000 in 1992. They have had bear markets, they have had bull markets over the last 30-something years. And that market, as a whole, still has not gotten back to its old high. Understand, when the bear market is over, it is not obligated to go back to its old high. It's unlikely that it will. Now, you might say, well, Don, I have dividend-paying stocks. Well, consider this. If you have a stock that's trading at $50 a share, and your boutique broker put you in because it paid a 3% dividend when interest rates, 2-year yields, were next to nothing, it was genius. Well, today, an entirely safe investment to your principal, a 2-year treasury, is yielding 4%. A 3% dividend yield on GE or some other company may not look so good. And if the share price drops from 50 to 25 and you're getting a 3% yield, it's going to cost the company more. They may suspend the dividend payment. They may end it. But understand, if your share price falls 50%, you must get 100% return to get back to even. If it stays at 25 and you're collecting your dividend and taking some comfort in that, do you know how many years it will take you to get back to where you were? Well, simply divide the 3% into the rule of 72, into 72, and that will tell you how many years it will take at a 3% yield to get back to where you were. In an interest rate environment that is falling, yes, risk assets and dividend stocks and just about anything is attractive. Tina, there is no other alternative. We're not in that environment today. We're in an interest rate rising environment. Risk assets, not so good. Why didn't somebody tell me? Well, our members knew right here. This is SMC, the Swing Machine Plus. They didn't have to rely on me per se. Our monthly members get a video report every night on the Swing Machine Plus, as well as all of our other algos. And please understand, we're not making specific recommendations to buy or sell anything, and we're not soliciting monies to manage. We're mentors. We teach those folks that are interested in how to go about managing their own money, or maybe looking over the shoulder of their boutique broker. Our members knew the S&P 500 went into a bear market 24 weeks ago. The NASDAQ 34 weeks ago, the Dow 24 weeks ago, the Russell 38 weeks ago, gold 16 weeks ago. Oil is in a bull market. Bitcoin went into a bear market 38 weeks ago. And this market is in a bull market 62 weeks ago. In fact, if you had purchased a futures contract in this market, it would have cost you $1,800 and you would have $20,000 in purchasing value. A 10-bagger, and nobody on CNBC or the financial media has told you about it. You know what market this is? Dollars. Cash. And yet you were told cash is trash. Of course you were told that. The stock pimps didn't want you holding cash. They wanted you holding their stock. And while you were buying their stock, they were selling their stock to you. And they're moving to cash. I am Bagged On at Stock Market Caddy. More valuable than any one tool, and we have now over 70 proprietary tools. More valuable than any of them is the education to use these tools, and then also our insight and suggestions around the markets and our experience on how to approach them. These tools can be sitting on your desktop. Stock Market Caddy started in 2011, 2012. Susan and I built these tools shortly after the dot-com. I've been involved in the market since 1981, fresh out of college. I've seen a lot, good and bad. We decided in 2001, 2002 to take our assets away from the stock pimps, away from the boutique brokers, and go it alone. And we built these tools. In 2011, 2012, we decided to make these tools available for those folks that want to control their own destiny. We've never advertised. And we have grown 20 to 30% a year. It isn't for everybody. You must have risk capital. You must have time. You must have patience. You must have discipline. And you must have a passion to do this. Otherwise, you have to leave it to the whims and the hopes and the experience of others. And we wish you the best in that. But again, we're not going to manage your money. And we're not making any claims that you will be successful. We will do our best to share with you the thought and the process behind all of these tools that will hopefully make your life a lot easier. But again, we have many a member that more than 24 weeks ago moved a large portion, if not all, of their holdings into what? Cash. And when this bear market ends, whenever that might be, we will see it, our members will see it, and they will plug individual stocks into the Swing Machine Plus and into the other tools as well. They may be entirely new companies. Just as there was the Peloton and the Zooms of the world, there will be new ones, and we will see them. The question is, will you? 813-758-8263. You can call me any day, including weekends, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm happy to speak with you, and we're ready to get started. We have a limited number of licenses every year. We will probably hit that number in early November of this year, and then there'll be a waiting list for next. So we're ready when you are. Feel free to give us a shout. Good luck.